friends, family, and fellow sinners. This is HighLordFoo from Resistance Radio coming to you live. I don't know what all we're going to talk about today, but we're going to talk. We're going to talk about stuff, and we're going to play Destiny, and we're going to do some Crucible things, and we're going to kill people. I'm sorry, we're going to kill animated characters. We're not going to kill people. Killing people is wrong on every level. We're going to kill characters. We're going to let off some aggression, have fun. At the same time, we're going to talk about a couple of things, if you don't mind. I want to cover some immigration issues. I got off the internet earlier today and had a wonderful time dealing with some true educated people. I'm not sure if you're familiar with a video program called Now This. Sorry, I just had to learn my internet password so I could log my new phone in. Don't you love it when you forget stuff? Anyway, there's a video about, it was obviously a parody because he talked to this Trump voter about ladders. And he said, I don't know what a ladder, never heard one before in my life. And they showed him a video of a ladder. Oh, this changes everything. Come on, man. Every redneck knows what a ladder is. They use them. So, the fact that you use someone like that instead of someone from the city, that is very funny. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things because I live in this great state called Texas. And a lot of people aren't familiar with the great state of Texas, and that's okay. A lot of people aren't in what you would call border states. That's fine too. But, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that immigration has problems on different fronts. See, I made a comment on that video because down here on the border, there are a lot of videos you get to see of people crossing. Okay, and the problem a few years ago was that people were drowning because they're just jumping in the water, carrying what they can and get over. Hence the reason for the wall. But this wonderful video that's trying to educate folks says that, what about a ladder? Someone could just walk across with a ladder and just go up on the wall and pull it over and just walk down. That is a very, very snowflakey answer, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say. The reason for that being a snowflakey answer, they can barely cross the water with provisions that they have. And you think they're going to carry a ladder? Second, you think this wall's only going to be 6 feet? No. So they're going to have extension ladders to get up. And then you're going to get up there, and what are you going to do? You're going to pull the ladder up, over and down, you're going to crawl down. But what about your family and friends? How are you going to get them across? You're going to push the ladder from the bottom and get it all the way up? That would be ideal in a comic book. Now, I would like to say that the majority of the people that were all for this video and thought it was awesome, and people that are anti-immigrants are just these real bad sinners. And here's the thing, we're not, some of us that are talking about this, we're not anti-immigration. I, personally, am not anti-immigration. Why am I not anti-immigration? And it's very simple, because my mother was born in America, but her mom and dad came from Israel. My dad was born in Italy. Okay, he came over, met my mom, had a kid. So on my dad's side, I'm a first generation American. On my mom's side, I'm second. I'm all for legal immigration. I'm all for this country opening the doors and letting people through 120%. My problem is the ones that come over here illegal. Or those that come, stay, their paperwork goes out, and they don't leave. Now, so you have two kinds of illegal immigrants. And what's funny is a lot of these underage people that are complaining like to think that the ones that come, from what, basically quoting this post, the guy said that
control.
Sorry, playing with more things than one. The guy said that, well, the problem with immigration are people that come over now and their visas go out. Well, maybe in Minnesota, New York, New Jersey, that's your problem. But the thing that we've got going on is people that are coming across are dying, drowning in the water, getting caught in barbed wire, and there are a lot of fence areas there. They're going on ranch land. And they're just doing what they can, man. I totally get it. Totally get why they're doing it. But because they want to come to a place that's better, right? They want to have a better opportunity. So here is a very unique proposal that I've never, ever heard anyone ever say. And this is what I'm thinking. What if, instead of the money that is being proposed for walls and to keep the border viable, what if we spent that money on bettering Mexico as a nation? How would that work out? What if we made it to where that country was so badass that nobody wanted to leave? Instead of putting up a border and saying, hey, you got to deal with this. It's your country, you deal with it. I think that if we were to make it a better place, that would make us stronger as a nation, right? Look at Canada. Because of Canada's economy and because of what they're able to do with what they've got, it makes us stronger as a nation, correct? And we're able to, it goes back and forth. You scratch our back, we scratch yours. People are stronger and better because your neighbors are stronger and wiser and better. People don't want to leave. People want to stay. And if people are staying, then their economy gets better. Now let's talk about some of the problems with illegal immigration. Do you know that less than 50% of Americans pay taxes? The reason why a lot of those people can't pay taxes is because they're here illegally, or one reason or the other. Let's not even talk about right now why they're here. We already covered that, but they're here, okay? And they can't pay taxes because if they pay taxes, then they'll be alerting the government that, hey, these people didn't pay their taxes. One for one. Nah. So anyway, I think that if we were to spend the time and energy and money on bettering Mexico as a country, instead of worrying about the border, I mean, we're going to have to, as we worry about the Canadian border. Canada stops people from coming across all the time. By the way, I normally don't use pulse rifles. I'm an automatic kind of guy.
5 minutes remaining.
Got him. Shooting him in the hip like an idiot. Anyway, like I said, I don't have a problem with different races. Obviously, I have a problem with what you do to the economy of a country when you're here illegally. People don't seem to understand that. And that's cool. We'll figure it out. Alright, catch his own. For those of you that aren't aware, Chris, I played the other night with some guys. We'll talk Destiny 2 for a minute. They just have me wired up on the immigration issue because it's like, you're worried about people coming over here on planes, man, and there's video after video of people dying. I'm trying to cross the border. So maybe that's more of the issue as well, people forget about. It doesn't conveniently fit their argument. And it goes both sides. If you're young and just get into politics, and you think that it's just the Republicans, well, wait till it turns around, it's on the Democrats. It gets old, doesn't it?
Zone B captured. You have advantage.
Come on, buddy. He's going to Alpha. Let's go defend Alpha and get some free kill. One for one is not exactly the way you want to do this.
Zone C captured. Zone advantage is yours. 3 minutes. It's
you know,
close.
I do a lot of comic book stuff. one of the things I noticed in the comic book world is how you can take
Zone B lost.
Sorry, I had to do something. One of the things I noticed in the comic book world, alright, is that different directors, different actors, they're quick to put an agenda out that they think the people want to hear, not so much what is correct or right. So, you have a lot of people right now.
Zone B captured. You have advantage.
Oh, I died. That, you know, they're picking, and I'm not going to back the play of one said president, that's for sure. But
Zone B
I will say, you have to be careful of the alternative and what else is going on. I know I'm jumping around. I apologize for that. I'm here by myself, so normally there's a co-host with me, but he's at work right now. So I thought I'd take advantage and get a little personal one-on-one time in. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick and give you an understanding, a little foundation of where I'm coming from. So, I'm all for taking the bad cops and stopping what's going on. I'm not about police brutality on any level. But when you kneel and take a knee at a football game and protest the American flag, my only question is this. Who are you protesting to? You see, the comments that are made are, I will not stand for the flag because of a country that backs police brutality, no one's doing anything, etc., etc. Is there police brutality? We know there is. I'm 39 and I have seen it my entire life. Has it gotten better since I was a kid? Yes, a lot better. That's a little thing we call progress. That it's a word that no one is using anymore.
This is it.
Oh my gosh, let's tie this thing up. Get off of me, Tether.
Defeat comes for us all.
Dadgummit. That was close. Anyway, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with people trying to get attention for social awareness. Don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with why you're protesting. I really don't. I would protest with you to get attention towards the problem, because that, let's be honest, that's the only way to get the problem fixed. Here is the issue. Who are you appealing to and why? You're appealing to the government by saying, I am not going to kneel at this flag until police brutality stops. Now, the problem with that is the American government isn't in charge of the state police. Really, they're not. The state police are told what to do by the people that are in charge of the state, not exactly the American government. So when you appeal to the USA government, I'm just stuttering here, when you appeal to them and say, hey, we're not going to show you respect or your soldiers or troops respect until y'all stop this police brutality, you're asking the government to step in. But if you do that, then you're doing a couple of things. You're taking away state rights. And obviously not every state is created equal. I say that because 2 states are about to file for bankruptcy while Texas sits at $1 billion surplus. I know some people are like, well, how come Texas doesn't share? Well, Texas didn't bankrupt their own asses, did they? No, we sure didn't. We know how to put money aside and to make money versus other states that regulate themselves so much that all your industry leaves. Now, I know you want to make things better off for the people, but if you take Flint, Michigan, I really don't know what happened there. There's not enough industry there to really pollute the water. There obviously is, but where? You know, everybody's left, and what you've made concessions for the ones that are there, and they screwed you off. That's kind of the problem. I know it hurts a little bit, but stand up and fight. you'll get your shit back. If you don't, then just get ready to keep losing it. That's the reality. Whatever. But, oh, nice little comment. So when you kneel for the American flag, you're telling the American government, we don't care about our states' rights. We want you to step in, and we want to look like Russia and China and any other hardcore police state. That's what you want. You want the government to have border patrol on all the states' borders, because that's what they'll do. Do you not? If you want to look at an example, look at Europe. It's going on over there right now. Not exactly how I want to live. Now, living in fear isn't exactly the best thing either, but I'm not worried about mass murders or mass shootings, and it's not because I live in a rich neighborhood. I live out in the middle of nowhere. I did that because of my choice. I know not everyone has that ability, but that was the route I took. Because I don't want to jack with people, man. I went through all that when I was younger. I'm originally from inner city Houston, so as soon as I got old enough to leave, I did. Did not get those crests. Damn it. Defeat 13 opponents with what? Let's see. Void, good. Power weapons. Oh, okay. Oh, we need to get some heavy ammo. Oh yeah, one thing on Crucible. So, when you're doing, it doesn't count now. I was going to talk about it earlier, got distracted. If you're... I don't like this gun. I don't like pulse rifles at all. Anyway, zone control. If you own all 3 zones, you get what's called a power play, and the kills count for double. So that's how you get your separation. That's how you play comeback, catch up. But it's hard to keep all the flags where they are. Yeah, I didn't have a chance for that.
They have the lead, but the match isn't over.
You see any heavy? It's ready. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. That one's close.
Don't spend all that ammo in one place.
Alright, my favorite rocket launcher. Only because it drops some really cool spillage that'll jack people up. They're coming. A little overkill. It worked though. I don't give a shit. That was funny. I'll take that. And I'll see you one more. I tried. A cool little move. Alright, well, I'm getting a little bored hanging out by myself. Come on. Yeah, I'm not doing much help. I'm not helping much. I'm in second on my team.
Only 5 minutes.
I always say if I'm leader in kills and points scored, we're probably not going to win. Sucks. Alright, well, that's a cool little run. I'll catch up with y'all later, guys. Peace.